What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode where we talk about the NAS100. In this episode, we're going to be talking about moves that we could potentially make in the coming days and weeks just to see how many pips we could potentially get should things go the way we hope we want them to go. Alright? So, with that said, I want to thank you for clicking the thumbnail and coming over. And if you find the content that you're going to be watching right now useful, and you want to see more content like it, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and hit the like button. All of these free moves will take you less than 2 seconds. And anyways, with that covered, let's get straight into it. So first, we're going to turn on the work that we did for Monday. I've made a few tweaks here and there. So the first tweak I've made is I've made this little channel here a little bit shorter, okay, to cover the actual ups and downs of these moves. It was a little bit wider before I had factored in this low point, but however I had to get rid of that because of all of these touches that we're having at this particular zone. It made sense that the channel fits into this zone as it should be, as it should, not as it should be, as it should, right? So first I'm going to get rid of this little channel here because we don't need that anymore. Okay, we still need the levels, right? So we need this level, which is a daily low, right? And we can see the price is closed below it, and now price is on its way up. Okay, so it could push up further, or it may come back down again. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts in greater detail just in a moment, so just bear with me, right? So we're in a day chart at the moment, so I'm just gonna go into the hourly, right? I'm gonna go into the hourly, and hopefully it's going to give us a much better idea as to what I think the potential moves could be. All right. So as it stands, we can see that we have a major volatile wick over here. It's wicked all the way down to this level, and it's now pushing all the way back up again. All right. So that's what we got going on at this level. In my opinion, okay, I think price is going to be pushing up. It's going to be doing a retracement. This overall structure that we got here, so this overall structure, not let me go back into the day again, right? So this overall structure that we're looking at here, this overall structure right here, it's a downtrend. It's a very clear downtrend, and we're still in it. But at the same time, in saying that, price is about to push up, so there is an opportunity that we could stick in buys to get some pips on the way up, and then reverse our position to catch some pips on its way down. All right, that's my thinking at the moment. And within this overall structure that we're looking at right now, there is one level that is being obeyed a lot more than any other, and I'm just going to highlight that over to you guys right now, and that is this zone right here. Okay, this zone right here is being obeyed a lot. Okay, so if I wanted to make this 100% symmetrical, this is it right here. So we can see that price actually goes through this zone a lot, and it just pulls back from it, and it's very rare that it just goes above. So the first time it done that was right here, right, where it's come down and then gone up to the top of this structure. This is the only time it's done that. It hasn't done that since. All the other times it just stays in the middle. That is an important note for us to bear in mind, because if you draw this trend all the way down as I've done so, okay, we can see that on this next pull to the upside, it actually coincides with a previous low, a previous daily low, and that's this one right here. So I'm going to make this one a little bit thicker so it's quite clear for you guys to see. Did it appear thicker or did it not appear thicker? No, it did not. So let's just do that again. Oh, the wrong one did. I wanted this one to be normal, so keep this one as it is, normal. And we want this one, we want this level to pop a little bit. So this is the level that I'm talking about right here. So the one that is obviously is a bit fatter, this one right here. I believe that there's a very good chance the price could go back to that level again, right here, and then might push down even further back down to this zone, or potentially this zone. Okay, since it's playing around at these levels, sorry, I should say, right? So this is what I think could happen, and once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just a move that I think could happen. Now, is this a fact that this will actually happen? No, it's not a fact. Okay, market is very dynamic, and there's a very good chance that it may do something else, right? Obviously, if it does what I say, I feel good about it, that obviously what I said's come true, but let's be realistic about what we're doing over here. The market is very dynamic. It does what it wants. Sometimes you're able to make correct calls, sometimes you're not, but as long as you're actively participating in the markets and doing your own analysis, everything relatively is straightforward. Even if you make a mistake, you know how you made the mistake and you're able to fix it. And talking about mistakes, I actually jumped into a trade today that went bad. Okay, I understood why it went bad, so I'm not too sore about that. And the pips I lost was only 40, so I only lost 40 pips in this trade, and so I don't feel bad about it at all. And I'll tell you where I went in. I actually went in with a sell, right? So I went in with a sell at this level right here. So I went in with a sell about here somewhere because I thought price was going to be going down some more, and I got taken out. I got taken out at this level. Stop was really tight. It was about 40. The stop was really tight. My TP was these wicks at the bottom. So my TP was roughly around 146 pips, and my stop was 40, and I lost that. And I then decided that, you know what, I'm just going to leave the market alone for a little bit and I'll come back to it later. So that's my current move right now, is I'm just watching. And this week is going to be quite tricky for me to trade. So I think this week I'm going to be more of an observer, supposing to an active participant in the market. All right. Okay, so I've covered where everything is. And okay, so how would I plan to enter the market? Well, first off, I have a feeling, but don't quote me on this, the price will be coming down to 11,288.27. This is the one I've highlighted in yellow right here. Okay, I think price will be coming back down to this level, right? It may or may not, but overall what I'll be looking for is I'll be looking for the MACD to go red on the hourly, okay, because right now it's in the green, so I won't be putting in any buys whilst MACD is in the green. So I wait for MACD to go into the red, and then I'll be looking for my entries. Okay, yes, I'll be looking for my entries, or I could actually wait a little bit longer. So I could wait for MACD to go into the red, boom, and then go back into the green again, right? Wait for that pullback for once it goes back into the green, because what that would mean for me is that the MACD has broken a high, and that is a very good signal to go off. Especially if I'm looking on putting in a trade where the potential pips that we could be gaining is, so let's just do it from this level where I plan to get in. We could be looking at roughly around, let me bring this down a bit. Yeah, so we could be looking at roughly around 1,189 pips. That is what we could do. That's the potential of what we could gain from the market should we get a pull down to roughly around this level somewhere, right? I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It might do. If it does, great. Obviously we take advantage. If it doesn't, we wait for the setup to appear, then we jump in. That will be my plan. That would be my plan. So looking on the hourly, I think we've covered the hourly move, done that. The day looks good. So in my thinking right now, I think, right, so this would be my assessment moving forward until we get to Friday, is that I think that price is going to be pushing up, but it's going to give us a pullback before it pushes up. So that would be my views on that. And the overall structure of the market is in a down. Actually, stop there. I've made a bit of a mistake in my calculation. Okay, let's go back and look at it again, right? So as we know, price is always hovering across this trend line. It's been sticking to that for a while, and the last time we broke that was a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but it broke that a while ago, but it's still quite some time since that happened. And that was over here. So that was roughly around March that it did this, okay? That it did this level right here. Since then, it's been sticking to this zone right here. This is the zone that it's been sticking to. Okay, so I believe price is going to push down lower, so that's one, right? And I also believe that price is going to come back to this trend line before it pushes back down again. Okay, those are the two things that I think. But however, right, if we're taking buys, let's try to be a little bit ambitious, right? So we take the buy up to this level right here. That gives us roughly 1,100 pips, give or take, right? That's what it gives us, right? But however, I will target up here. I will target it up here where it gives us 2,404 pips. And if it gets to this level, I will then bring in a trailing stop to secure all of that should price move against me. How I naturally play the game is that I'll be bringing in a trailing stop anyways, regardless. But I'll be thinking that I would want price to break above this level before it goes up here, right? And then ultimately it is going to push down. Why is price going to push down when it gets to this level? Guys, let's face it, we are in a recession. Nobody's really talking about it, but that's where we are right now. You can see it when you go into the shops. You can see what's going on around the world right now. And we all know we are in a recession. So I don't think the NAS is going to be breaking above this structure anytime soon. If it does, we're talking about later on in the year. So maybe around October, September, maybe that's when it would do it. But for now, this whole thing is pushing down. And although taking buys at this level is fantastic, okay, let's also bear in mind that this is not, the gravy train hasn't appeared yet. So for the meantime, we're going to be taking shorts. We're going to be taking shorts all the way down to as low as it can go. And in my previous videos, I mentioned price could go as low as 666.06. That's what I said. I still think it's going to go there. It may or may not, only time will tell. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, all the way up until this level, thank you very much for sticking with it. Alright, even though obviously you're probably going to benefit greatly from this video, right? If you found the content useful, just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on the notification, okay? Yes, so I think I've pretty much covered everything I needed to cover in this video. Alright, so with that said, guys, I want to thank you for coming over, watching another episode. I appreciate you for doing that. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be on Friday. So for now, this is Pips and Points signing out.